So Khalid's got to do the retrieve. Alan's going off for a top to bottom flight in a minute. Wind switching round more west here. So if you're going for that one, you'll have a downwind beat.
Yeah, I am going for that. To meet me anyway.
Yep.
It's going more westerly.
Yep. So I'd probably tiptoe along to the end, out over the path, and then once you've gone out, then carve down. Yeehaw! Launching! No, it's just once you fly further out, plus he's flying a much more modern wing. And he'll carve right a bit. And the planned landing, you see the two, well, if you walk near the edge, you'll see there's two cars about to go into the village. And there's one car driving out of the village in the shadow.
Yeah.
There's a field with sun on it. And in the middle of that field nearest the village with the sun, there's then a narrow green strip.
Yeah.
And that's a set-aside. Apparently that's owned by a farmer that lives miles away, and the fields either side are owned by farmers that live locally. So it's almost always set aside. So that's one of the landing options, and the other one is the one he's currently heading for, which looks like a broad arrow pointing towards us, a light coloured stubble field.
Yeah, stubble field.
So I think he's probably going to go for that one, but you might get some lift off the heat of the town, the village, so you could still carve downwind. He's got plenty of height for it. But I would say at the moment he's looking more likely for that one. Another alternative is we've got the ruin field, the sort of folly. Sometimes land down there, but it depends if there's which field you use, because there's one we never land in because there's horses there. But I would say at the moment almost certainly going there. Now if you look down at the tennis court, if you know where that is, just on the north side of the village, you'll see a green side of a building, and there's a car silver reflection about to disappear into the wood. So that's the table, that's the tennis field.
Right.
And then just beyond that we've got a couple of options as well. But yeah, I would say no doubt he's going for that one just now.
It's a nice pull one. It's just...
Yep. So he'll have a drift, so if he's pointing pure north and the wind at ground level matches the wind he's at, which I'd expect, because the ground level matches up here, he'll actually be drifting to the right. You don't go in the direction you're pointing in. It's like sailing.
But does it not veer off the ground because of the friction?
Well, there's a whole load of different things. Yeah, it veers as you go up, backs as you go down in the northern hemisphere. Now bearing in mind he's pulling some 360s there, I'm guessing that what he's actually going to do is land next to the ruin field, which is then just a short walk into the village. And he'll phone Khalid to pick him up from there. So he's decided, instead of going for the glide there, just going to burn some height. So you see the way he's pointing, and yet he's drifting slightly right. That's with the breeze there. Now the way to judge that is you look at the glider and you look at something in the medium distance. You look at the way the glider's pointing and the way it drifts when he's going straight.
Transit.
Yep, exactly. Same as sailing, yeah, leading lights. But yeah, he's definitely, by now he's definitely going for that field. So once he's lower, he'll probably come back and actually fly parallel with the road, slightly upslope. Likelihood is the cold air on that side of the hill, even if there was no wind, would be slipping down like an avalanche. You'd have a katabatic flow. So you can land literally into the hill, and yet you've got the headwind rather than the tailwind. Yeah. And as you get lower, which he is now, instead of doing 360s, what you try to do is figure of 8 beats as a general rule. One advantage is as you're going in a relatively straight line on each beat, you can keep reassessing your drift. So, right turn next.
Are you very weather and wind dependent?
Well, let's put it this way, my best run using the Met Office aviation reports was 2006, 7 and 8. So last month or so of 2006, all of 2007 that's when landed, and the first month or so of 2008 I went out with the intention of flying on 247 days, and I flew on 247 days. That's my longest run.